Sorry about that. Started a little early. Getting stuff set up here. Okay, today going back to work on my doll. I've gotten all the yarn wefts done and stuff and learned some more techniques. But first, I want to start with the eyes. So, they're not paired up or anything. But I did some tests yesterday. And I will be getting up to do laundry, so. Hi, it's me, friendly neighborhood aliens, trying to see on the third rock from sun. H'karu Starr. Yeah, all about that. But I got these, I got some star-shaped sparkles for resin, and I was doing some tests to see how they would look in the eyes. Multiple tests. I think I figured out the way I want to do it. I was using red. I was thinking I'd use red as a base. Didn't like the way they looked. So these are my tests. So that's what we'll start with first. And I'm going to work on a wig. I'm going to pull out 4 eyes. I made just a plate of eyes here. A build plate of eyes, which is about 12 eyes. That's what I've set up. And I'm going to paint them first. Got my markers out. Oh, let me turn that down. I had it up while I was working yesterday. Make sure it's as bright as possible there, and there. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to be getting up. If you didn't notice, I got laundry going. My partner was camping. And I'm trying to get all the wash done so it doesn't just sit. So I was going to use the acrylic markers and get the eyes done. I figured the acrylics will be relatively quick. And I didn't have to go fill a wash cup. But I was doing a lot of tests yesterday on the eyes once I figured out how I was going to make the eyes. Well, not how I was going to make the eyes, but yeah. Yeah, my partner was camping all weekend. I was staying here with the dogs. But normally, their family, one side of their family, does a big family camping trip on Labor Day weekend. But it's also pretty cold on the night of Labor Day weekend. It's just luck. Those nights happen to be cold, and there's like one rainy day. And, so they thought they'd go earlier than doing it on Labor Day weekend. Do it a couple weeks early. The big family camping trip. But it's just at a state park. There's plumbing and, there's running water for the bathrooms, and there's showers. But it's still mainly tents. But they were out camping. I was here with the dogs. And I was working on doll stuff. I think this will work great for the eyes. It'll be a little lighter pink than I normally have, but I have my model, as you can see. Might be nice. See how it turns out. So I've been doing a lot of printing up of the doll parts and stuff. After looking at Elvira's last week, and being like, ugh, being disappointed with all the yellowing from the clear coat. I've been reprinting all the doll parts and trying to do better. I'll be cleaning those up tomorrow. But I decided I could do open them. Make that doll better too. So we'll see how everything goes together tomorrow. I do cleanups. But I decided to put like little sparklies in the eyes for my doll. And then I gotta make a wig. But here it's been pretty quiet. Thankfully, it's been pretty quiet over here. You know what? I'm gonna go grab a pair of tweezers. Fairly quiet. It's like very gray today, though. Okay. Actually, before I start the eyes, I gotta go to the dryer. So I'm gonna be taking frequent breaks to go to the dryer. Back in a minute. How am I gonna do this? Because with BTube Studio, all my keyboard shortcuts don't work anymore. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, there we go. That's taken care of. Take care, dryer. Okay. This was the first one. Okay, I'm gonna make 4 eyes. Oh, that'll be plenty pink. Okay. I don't know if you can, how well you'll be able to see them. Come for me. They're like a step above glitter. Step above something very secure. Plastic bag, sealed container. Okay. I'm using these tweezers because I'm trying to pick them up individually. 3. Okay. Head over there. Over there for now. Okay. Let's move these very carefully. I'm gonna move them over here. Actually, up here. Up here's gonna be better, I think. Sorry, I'm also trying to keep the shot framed somewhat. I don't think I need to, but it's more for me. If I don't have a good frame shot, I stress out a bit. Okay. Little. Small drop in there. Just UV resin. Okay. Then. Yeah, you can't even see them. I can see them. And just dropping them in. If I can. There it is. There's my specialized tool. A bent paper clip. Okay. Okay. Let those sink in a little bit. I get the lamp set up here. Whoops. Sorry, Crypto. He kind of gets a little scared if something gets dropped or falls. And something fell. The cord for the lamp. Okay. 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 And now the UV lamp. Where did I put my specialized tool? There it is. I want to make sure I have this at least within reach. I'm going to do like 2, maybe 3 minutes in the sun lamp. I don't know. You kind of see the light on there. Cure the resin. These acrylic markers are great. I can't get over them. Perfect. They're just what I wanted. Ah. And I got plenty of extras in case there's an error and I can make more. But I figured I'd start with this first. And then work on the wig. Because I got a lot of wig to do. Oh, you know what? I should that opened. There we go. A little more. In my mouth. What's the wrong thing? One more. Oh yeah, that's my fall outfit. Okay. I want to have my model open at least on a screen. That way I can actually look at it. You know what? I can just have that open up in here. Okay. Okay. So one drop. And now for the fun part. Let me grab. I'm going to put 2 star sparkles in each eye. I figured because my eyes have star highlights in V-Roid, I would put them that way here. I'm going to move this closer so I can see them a little bit better. Okay. And it's the same as last time. Sort of. Okay. Oh, come on. Where's my tool? Tool. All my tests, I figured this was the best way to do it. Okay. And I can kind of just poke them in. In another 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah, that second layer. I mean, I think they turned. I think when I was doing my tests, let me just put back in here. When I was doing my initial tests, the eyes, and I don't know which one's which. I didn't mark them. But I don't know if you can see them. But I think the general idea turned out beautiful. I think they're quite lovely. So I think these will be like really cool eyes in this new version of the Dolomite model. And I have the tool in there because I poked the resin. I want to make sure the resin's cured. Sorry, I burped. Okay, while it does that, model opened up here. I just want to be able to get like a good look at the hairstyle. I know I probably only need like 1 minute there, but I feel safer. Oh, I still haven't figured out how much is the antenna. Man, I keep forgetting my antenna. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I should. I'm gonna be doing the wig, but considering where on the head the bangs seem to be, I do this just because I'm paranoid. When it comes to resin, I am very paranoid. I just want to get those in resin because I don't want to ruin how fine point those are. Yeah, nothing's been going on up here. Been kind of quiet, thankfully. Okay. Oh, those turned out gorgeous. Oh, those turned out lovely. Do I have something to do this with? Some personal use? I love it when a plan comes together. It's kind of flat there. This one's got nice roundness to it. Oh, this one's perfect. Definitely. Oh, these two. I'm gonna put these in with the reds. And you can kind of see what the paint did, what the paint looks like. Okay. Those eyes look gorgeous. Oh, gorgeous eyes. Kind of figured they would be. Give one more quick blast of UV. Meanwhile, okay. So, we have to get the head out. I ended up having to remake the wig cap. I'll tell you why in a minute. Yeah, that's the string stops. Okay. Now I wait. So, okay, let me put these into a little container. Get a little container. Okay. That way I can keep them separate. Okay. Let's start with the wig. Figure out where the hairline is. Pretty far up, actually. Okay. But, yeah, right about here. Um, I started, like, okay, you know what? I can start work on the hair while wet some cure. But I had put too many lines on this on the wig cap itself, and because of where the rubber bands are, or the hairband is here, I cut like too high. I started cutting up too high. We're trying to cut it, cut off the excess. I'm trying to cut off the excess, and yeah, I ended up having to throw that away and restarting. But I had so much more wefts to do, I could just work on it while I was working on wefts. Basically, put a layer of glue on, and then while I made a few wefts, while I made the wefts, the coat would dry, and I was able to put on another coat after that, and it worked out fine. Okay. Right now, I'm just putting a line for the bangs. So the bangs will go here. And now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to measure out where the ponytail goes. It'll be up here. I just want to mark where the ponytail goes. But I ended up watching some more tutorials. I saved them into my playlist. I should make that public or something. Valuable resource. Sometimes curated content's a lot better. Okay, now can I get this rubber band off? I don't know. No, what would probably work for that? Ugh. Sorry, buddy. No, why are you freaking out? Because things are moving. Okay. Back up in there. Okay. There we go. Now, maybe I can pull it out. Okay. How much of the pencil line is still visible? But I had gone up to like right up here. And I knew that was a little too far. Okay. Where's that rubber band? get it up and over the nose, it should be good. Sorry, pump my mic. Okay. I can get it off. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Get that wig cap knocked out here. So right now the goal is the wig. Now, actually, let's move the plastic wrap first. Now, this has been curing for over 24 hours. I did this on Friday. Okay. Right. There. Now I can cut off the excess fabric. Nope. I want to throw the plastic wrap away. I mean, yeah, I did all this stuff off stream, but okay. 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 There. Okay, so I'm going to put bangs here, a ponytail there. So I'm going to start with the ponytail. Make glue. Okay, I want to have that just in case. Okay, wait. There's what fell? I don't know. I can't tell. Okay. Okay. Gonna take care. So get some stuff out of the way here. This little kit. proving itself to be a very useful little investment. Okay. Pink wefts. They're not my special wefts. So I learned this from a video. I'm gonna put this in chat. Holy crap! I gotta watch that video tonight. Where's my doll making? Not what I wanted. I want this person's channel. Let me. Where's the one I was looking at? There it is. Okay. Okay. I put that into the chat. I'm gonna pin it for now. So a lot of this is based off this pigtail tutorial. So I made a wider yarn weft. And okay. I'm gonna start with this. Oh, I didn't grab my clips. I need my clips for this too. Okay. Hair clips. Okay. It's like, okay, what else do I have to get out now? Where's my super glue? Okay. So what I am going to do. Look at my toothpicks. I like this for the toothpicks because I like having that little case. Okay, so I got a mess. Okay, this way you guys can see what I'm doing. No, I should get a look at a little container or lid or something. Okay, do I have anything I can use? Nearby. This works. This works. Okay. Okay. A little super glue. Let me place that over here. Okay. So, I'm gonna paint on a little super glue here. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is just roll, or attempt to roll this up here. And the video I posted, this is what they did for pigtails. But I figured this can work for a ponytail too. Because as you can see, my model has a ponytail. I'm just going to trim that. Okay. I'm going to grab a clip. Now, what I'm going to do put a little glue right there. I'm going to get this in first, I think. You know what? First things first. I am going to put a little glue around the ends here. And make sure all that's in there a bit. Okay. I'm just going to let that dry for a bit. I'm just going to go put that up here. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that clip off. Actually, I'm going to leave the clip on. Okay, these are special wefts. Okay, that one is like right up the top, roughly center. I'm going to go grab a tool and check my drying. So, I'll be back in a minute. Let's go up there. Back in a minute. Yeah, on the flip side. I'll see you in a second. Okay, back. Okay. I'll put you over here. You over there. You back there for now. Move that over there. My container full of yarn wefts. Okay. So, let's get the front ones done first. Let me get a little garbage can set up. Now the rest of the wefts are small. Okay, let's see roughly. Okay. Some glue there. Now this is not for the bangs. This first layer of weft I'm placing on this line right here. And then at the end, they will go up like that. I stuck my finger. That's how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to go all the way down. And that will go all the way into the back and into the ponytail when that's ready. Now, the person whose tutorial I posted, She was using like a lot bigger wefts than I am. She was using wefts, yeah, about the size. About the size of the one I used on the ponytail. I am using what I'm comfortable making. Like I said, this will be flipped backwards. Probably in 2 clips. I'm just spreading on some super glue. Might be able to fit one more there. This last one on this layer. And so many yarn wefts. I'm not too worried about a second layer there. There we go. I'm gonna grab something quick. Be right back. Another thing she was using was like a full person comb. Like a wide comb you would use. Just to help straighten, keep things straight. I'm using this. Right, I'm not gonna go for every little weird mm, bit of hair on my head. Keep every weft separated. I'm gonna get these on first for the tail. Now I will be putting more on, but they're gonna go on like that, and then that will go over. Because I am an expert at nothing, and I think that toothpick is dead. I mean, this this little puddle of glue might be dead too. Super glue does cure quickly. And I'm gonna try to start getting the bottom of the glue line there above that line, so you can get an idea on what I'm doing. Okay. Still gonna be a little thick, but maybe not as thick. Especially in the front. I should pull up my old doll. You know what? I'm gonna do it that way. Not all the wefts look perfect, but they should function fine. Oh. Yeah, cutting that off kind of separated. So I'm going to separate this piece out. Popping that off. Okay, I'm going to put a small drop. Let's try to stretch it maybe. Just spread that a little bit. Ow! The glue got stuck to my finger again. I don't know how many I have roughly per row. I know I ended up making around 75 again. Plus a couple extra. Okay. One thing that this person I was watching also ended up doing was and I thought it was pretty cool. They were styling as they were going too. So for this, I would be doing some trimming and stuff. I mean, admittedly, they were using stuff that I'm not going to invest in, like an eyebrow or razor or something like that. I'm not saying it's a bad idea to do that. Probably a very good idea. But it's just like, and maybe eventually, but right now, no. Right now, I kind of just want to focus on using the tools I have. Because honestly, I think especially if you're just starting out like I am, you really don't have to invest too much, you know? I don't want you shouldn't have to invest too much, you know? Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go this way. Since my styling is pretty easy, it's only in the front that really needs to be styled. Only the front that really needs to be styled. I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to go this way, and then I'm going to go up this way. I'll wait for that to get clear a little bit. And then I'm gonna try to keep an area around here. So I'm gonna focus like this. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I should start over in here. I should start, you know, you know what? Let's get you in there first. Nope. Right about there. Okay. Ah. Okay. Where's my pencil? Where's my pencil? Now let's go along like I'm gonna draw some lines on. Where I should probably focus. Now I'm doing this just for my own reference. I'm doing this for me because then I can plan. And I'm going to do a final glue like right on each of that. I'm going to start from here and go outwards. See, I can figure out what I'm doing at times. Plus, one of the videos of that YouTuber that I watched, now these are a little older videos, but they did have on one of them, they had on one of them a guide. I could see that. And I thought, that looks pretty useful. Why didn't I think of that before? Then I remembered I'm still new at this. I'm new at this, so it makes sense I don't have everything figured out. I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. One of these days, One of these days, I will have this figured out, and I won't have my fingers stuck to the wig cap. Mmm. One of these days. Honestly, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I am getting far more satisfaction out of doing this than playing games. I also have to get the underside too, but I should have been doing that first. Honestly. I'm only 2 wefts in. You know what? I'm only 2 wefts in. Let's do this. There. Oh, I should have gotten some smaller clips. But no. No, I thought, oh, these work perfect. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay. Sounds like some drying is done. I'll put that here. Some drying is done, so I'm gonna go take care of that and transfer and start another load of laundry. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, back again. Oh, I forgot to close my door. Forgot to close my studio slash craft room slash office door. That's what this place is. It's my studio slash office slash craft room. Okay. So. I don't know why I just did that. So. How about you all go over here, okay? Thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the bottom and go up this way, and then I'm going to come back to that. You know what? Actually, before I do that, where's my pencil? Okay. I think I'm going to go like that. Like that. And one right here. I need a drink. I forgot to take my Claritin the last couple days, and I'm feeling it. Or at least my generic Claritin. I don't have money for real. So, and I want to put one like down, like right here at the absolute bottom. There. So I'm gonna put one right here and then up, then down. I'm gonna go up this way. Okay. So let's get that bottom row in. Ah, I'm just dropping things all over the place. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm gonna do that and place down here. And once again, this will be, where's my tweezers? And once again, this will be, all right, right about here maybe? Yeah. No, hold a little down. First cured completely. And then this will be flipped up. The other ones will be going upright, up to that way. But this one, this row, will be flipped up, so it looks like it was pulled up from the bottom. I know what I'm doing sometimes. I know what I am doing sometimes. Just don't quote me on that. I'm gonna go do this over here. Do the trimming. Okay. Oops, it might be a little much. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I got the final load in the washer. My partner's camp laundry. I'm gonna make sure that this is all on that because I don't want it on the wig cap itself or on the doll head. Otherwise, I will never get it off. The trimming over here, just off camera. Definitely going to say the whole trash bowl concept in cooking is also great for crafting. It is like perfect for crafting. Trying to figure out like the perfect arrangement of things too. Just so you can see what's going on in this chaotic mess. I want to get this one on first, and I'm going to go up this way. I think I can fit one more, like right here. Yeah. One of these days, I will figure out exactly what I'm doing, and then I will be a threat. Just you wait and see. No, what the YouTuber, I picked some of the stuff. I'm translating some of the ideas they did into was much help. They were a great help. Now I want to get right here. They haven't uploaded in a while, but I am gonna probably leave a comment on one of their videos on how much of a help they are. I think that would just be the right thing to do. You know, I'm like, you mother crappers. You mother crappers. I mean, what I think that person does is more doll customization, which is kind of what I'm doing. Customizing a doll I'm making. I'm not taking a existing fashion doll. I'm printing up parts and printing up parts and coloring them and all sorts of fun. And designing clothes and doing all of it. Which I'm going to say means it's nice because that's less harmful chemicals. Ugh. Let me take this cord out. It's getting caught in my feet. Up, up. Will this fit right there? Yes. I have a use for you. Come on, glue. Oh boy, this is the fun one. Over and around the ear. And it's small. Okay. That should be good enough. I hope. Okay. Do I have anything I can lean this on? Anything relatively short? Now. Nope, 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 nope. That did not work. Okay. And I want to go up this way. Center, offset, center. So I want center here, and I want offset here. Okay. Let clip over here. Move this pencil. Okay. Now that way. Okay. And a lot of that glue should be covered up by that bottom layer coming up. Okay. Like one more. Okay, this one did not bring up a third. I should have more than enough wax. So I go with like around 75 to start with. If I had known about this, if I had seen these videos first, when I was doing Equinox, I would have done this. Instead of, what I ended up doing. But considering Equinox was only my second wig, technically my third doll, and it had been months since I made my first wig for a doll, I think it turned out okay. I think that doll turned out okay. But I want this one to be like perfect. Well, not perfect, but I want to make it good as possible. Okay. I was thinking, oh my god, it's 4 already. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I started late. My partner had just gotten home from camping, and I wanted to help bring stuff inside. Plus, they picked up some lunch on the way home. Whoops, wrong one. Wrong one. Okay, up, up, up. There we go. Okay. Up. You know, I probably could stick one more right there. I'm gonna do that. Go. There we go. Oh, it's coming together, man. It's coming together. Oh boy. Sorry. Just getting back to the old habits of focusing here. Okay, I think one more. Started off by about 2:15. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a break soon. But I'm thinking I'll take a break after this. Like a little break and clean up this mess. I got her. Oh no, no. Sorry, some hair got caught in the glue on the bottle, and I want to make sure it didn't get stuck there. I'm gonna call that one a dead toothpick. I'm kind of want to clean this mess up here too. So yeah, I'll take a after I get this bottom done. I'll take a quick break and clean up the mess. There we go. Let go, let go, let go. No. Toothpick, toothpick, toothpick. No. A little too far down on the hair. No. Oh, joy. Fine, it's fine. Fine. It's fine. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna deal with a couple things here. There. Sorry, part of the issue was the cap or near the tip of the glue bottle. The tip of the glue bottle was coated in various bits of glue. So it's like, let me grab the paper towel, clear off a little bit here. Should make life a little easier. I'm trying to aim it towards that centerpiece. Okay, one more row. One more row. What is that? Probably a little bit of paint. Okay, I heard either the washer or dryer be done. Let's see if we can get that out. I don't want that in the hair. Okay. Nope. A little glue got on my scissors or my mouse pad. Let me get this weft on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go take care of laundry. Be back in a second again. Okay, there we go. I'm back again. Still gotta transfer one more load. But I can wait a minute. There we go. I can wait a minute. Mainly because the other load's still trying. Okay. One more. Still probably gonna be pretty thick hair. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm learning to live with it. Why did I just do that? I don't know. Because I am smart and capable. Mr. Rogers loves me just the way I am. You know, the universe can be kind of cruel at times because somebody like Mr. Rogers, this wonderful, genuinely decent human being, wasn't immortal. Mr. Rogers should have been immortal. He was a wonderful person. And if anybody should have been immortal, it should have been somebody like him. Just a couple more right here. Honestly, I think that one would be perfect. You can get a app, 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 app. Trim some of that off. Looks like I might want to put maybe another layer there. I am seeing quite a bit there, but yeah, I think that should work fine. Wait. Let me grab a toothbrush here. Ugh. I got super glue on everything. I just put water in the wash cup. Seeing if this helps. The secret styling product of that style customizer. Water. Okay, let me get up. I'm going to do that for now. Let's put a clip in. Okay. And then go down that way. Okay, let me put this toothbrush someplace safe. Some of these I made while I'm like like broiling because of the heat. Or the other day when Thursday night I didn't sleep well. So I took things easy on Friday. I made dal wet. I thought, oh, I can do a wig. I can get the wig done. Okay. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a real break. Get up, move around, get something to drink. Use my my stream controller. Clean up this mess. I'll be back in a few minutes. See you on the flip side. As you can see, I cleaned up my mess. Oh. Well, I had to get up and stretch a little bit. And by stretch, I mean stretch. Oh, so I went and did that. Cleaned up my mess. Made it look a little organized. Got a little bit more of the laundry taken care of. I'm currently washing my my partner's camp clothing. The clothes they wore at camp, their pillows that they took with them. Extra blankets, beach towels. Tried washing off as much of the glue that I had, glue residue I had on my fingers as I could. Stretched because I really needed to. And yeah. I just needed a couple minutes, you know? Got the pillowcases back on my partner's pillows that they use in bed also. And I took a couple of their favorite pillows with them. Camping, and I wanted to make sure they got the pillowcases got washed. I know what happens if we don't. I lost a shirt that I kind of liked due to me just throwing it in my hamper after getting back from camping a few years ago. And it just sat there and sat there, and by the time I got to it, it's covered in mold because it was wet due to the rain, I think. And, well, I didn't want that happening to my partner's pillowcases. I mean, weather-wise, it's been pretty dry up here, thankfully. But at the same time, I want to make sure everything that got washed. And they're beach towels because I think at least like 95% of the state parks in this part of the state and probably in Michigan are like right on the water. So I kind of knew my partner would probably be hitting the water at some point, either swimming with their nieces and nephews or getting Gambit out in the water or something. Because that's the only dog she brought. My dog didn't. My little boy didn't go because because him and his brother don't get along anymore. That's why I had to stay and watch my boy. And our older dog, she thinks she wants to go places. She thinks she wants to go places. But we get her in the car to go places, and she's like, I want to go home now. She's all excited for the leash and the harness and all that. And then as soon as she realizes we're going someplace, she's like, this was a mistake. I don't want to go anyplace. I don't want to go nowhere. Why am I going someplace? And starts panicking in the car. And they were camping. I don't know how many miles away, but I mean, I could probably check. Don't want to. But they were like an hour's drive away. So it was more of a they were an hour's drive away from us. And having to put up with that for an hour and then all weekend of her wanting to go home because she is like that. We've taken her camping before. And she is like that. Plus, she's let me get this trimmed here. She's an escape artist. No matter how no matter how tight we get the harness on her, we could probably surgically attach it to her and she'd slip out of it. And you don't want that happening with a dog who tends to panic. You don't want that doing that with a dog that tends to panic. So we left her here with me. I had, so I had to watch my boy and her older lady. But my boy wasn't upset completely because he's like, he doesn't know what's going on. He was able to sleep in his bed and he went out for a few walks. I don't remember if it was somebody in a car or if it was like a house we passed. But somebody laughed at him. And not in the mean way. Not in the mean way. Not in the ha 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 ha. But in the oh my god, he's cute and silly looking. Because he's cute and silly looking. I mean, I don't think he's too silly looking. But he's got very silly proportions. Because he's a corgi pitbull mix. So he's got like short little corgi legs. What kind of a pitbull body? Face and oh, I can stay a little later because my partner's not going to work tonight. They are staying home tonight to sleep and recover. Which is a smart thing to do. No rushing right back to work after even a short vacation. Take at least one night of the vacation. I mean, they scheduled this night off so they could do that. But generally, it's a good idea to take like one night of vacation. Of rest. Oh, I hope I have enough. I think I got like 75 of the small wefts made. Then the big weft and 2 pinks. No, I think I'm going to go. No, I'm going to continue. If I have to make more wefts, I make more wefts. I mean, I think I'm good still, but I'm not positive. And it's just that little bit of doubt, you know? It's just that little bit of doubt. So I'm going to at least finish the wig tonight. Plus, I started an hour late. Might turn you around here so I can. Once I get this done, I will. Ah! It's like hair sticking together. Once I get this one on, I gotta go back to laundry. I think the dryer's done. I turned on the signal cycle, or the cycle signal. Whoops. Kind of got an angle there. Okay, it's fine. You know what? I think I should have enough. Okay. Going back for the laundry again. Be back in a sec. There we go. Turn that off. Okay, that is off. Okay. Like I got hair fibers stuck to hair fibers, one left to the other. Let me just then a quick trim. That over there. It was kind of nice. Yeah. I kind of enjoyed somebody like laughing at crypto because, oh my god, that's a silly looking dog kind of laugh. That, oh my god, it's so cute. the kind of laugh I approve of when it comes to my boy. Okay. I'm gonna go for maybe just 2. Yeah, I think. Go for like right here. And right here. It should be good. No, you know what? No. Go for here. And here. And then here. But on my last load, it's in the dryer, so I'm done. And get it out of the dryer and fold after stream, you know? I mean, the others, I did all the other stuff. Easy stuff first. And by the easy stuff, I mean, like, the couple of beach towels that my partner brought with him. The pillowcases. The blankets which they normally take, they normally have on their bed. I was able to put those right back on the bed without waking them. Their blanket and Gambit's little blanket he likes curling up underneath. Fine. Those blankets. Like I said, beach towels, pillowcases. Nothing folding. I did all that first, so now it's the clothes that they brought with them. And those can stay in the dryer for a few minutes, I think. One thing I'm grumpy about with my puppy right now, with my little boy, was I took him for a walk yesterday. And in town, we have what we call the boardwalk. And it's a wooden walkway between, that connects the part of the town that's on top of the hill, where I live, with our downtown area. It's literally downtown, down a hill. We're clever. But it's also our downtown. It's the business area, But that's besides the point. So I took him for a walk last night. And I took him down our boardwalk. And he's pulling me down the steps. The entire way. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna stay on this back, the road closest to the boardwalk because there's not, it's all homes, no businesses. Can avoid a lot of the We can avoid a lot of the summer traffic. You know, the summer pedestrian traffic. We can avoid all that. And he's pulling me all the way down, and we're going to go up a hill. You know, one of our riskier hills, you know. Got a sidewalk. Perfectly safe. This time of year. It's closed, generally closed during the winter. For a good reason. You know, it's a narrow road. Got a sidewalk on it, though. So, you know, it's like, okay. He's pulling me. He's pulling me all the way to the hill. Then we get to the hill, and that's the only time he doesn't pull. The only time he's not pulling me is when we're going up the hill, when I could use a little assistance. But he's happy. Unfortunately, the problem with taking him out on walks again is he sees me getting dressed in the morning now. And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna go for a walk, right?" And I'm just getting dressed. First, you know, I'm getting dressed after I take my shower. But he's all like, "Walk? Person? Walk. Walk, 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 walk. I wanna go. I wanna go. I wanna go. I wanna have fun." I mean, he was getting like super excited first thing in the morning. You know, I'm getting my shower on. He's had his breakfast. My shower done. I got get my clothes on. And he's all like, "We're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna go for a walk." And I'm like, "No, buddy, not yet. Your other dog parent's gonna be home soon. They're gonna be home soon. I'm gonna help him empty the car back out. It's not completely empty. I just took out the stuff that I was kind of like, okay, this is gonna have clothes in it. I want to get the clothes out. The rest of the stuff's gonna come out tonight." Like the dog food, you know, the dog bag, and anything else I need to take care of. We're gonna have to go put our camping stuff in the storage unit again. Sorry, bump my mic. Raise the seat. Okay. I know what that is. I was trying to double check on my count in that first big sheet I made. So I used a dry erase marker. Some of it got stuck to the glue still. I wanted to keep track about how many I have when I'm making these suckers, because I like starting off with a certain amount. I like starting off with 75. They're looking rough, pretty rough with the glue on them. This is why I didn't want to use those good ones we have to remove slivers. Is that the last one on this row? Okay. Okay. Hopefully this is going to be enough. I can make some more. One more there. 1, 2, 3 there. Maybe be enough. I might have to have more. I might have to make more. If I have to, I have to. And if I have to, I'll make them tonight. That way, within a couple days, they'll be fine. But I do kind of want to get up in here, too. I don't know how many I'm going to need there. You got what, 3 there? I'll probably get 2 or 3 there. Yep. Oh, come on. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. This is from the first batch of wefts I made now. Here I was thinking, I could get to stringing the dial together too. So I'm all prepared to do that. Oh well, that's a later in the week project, I guess. At the very least, I get that on Thursday. Okay. Next will be the ones on here. Hopefully I have enough for the bangs. How many do we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I might. And if I don't, it's like a couple minutes tomorrow, you know? It's a couple minutes, tomorrow or Tuesday. Like a couple minutes tomorrow or Tuesday, and it'll be done. But while I have the glue out, I might get the eyes into the head. I might be able to do some makeup and get the eyes on the head tonight. That way, all I have to do is glue. Next time I can get a few minutes to work on this. And that's going to be that could be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Who knows? Who knows? Call me Glue Boy. I am covered in glue. Call me Adhesive Lad. Adhesive Lad. I'm going to join the Legion of Superheroes. I heard there's tryouts soon. I'm going to go do the Legion of Superheroes tryout. As Adhesive Lad. Adhesion Lad. Adhesion Lad, even better. My fingers are covered in glue. Who knows? Maybe even I'll beat arm fall off boy. That was real. Look it up. James Gunn even put a variation of him in. I think it was James Gunn who did the last Suicide Squad movie. Nathan Fillion played him. I mean, honestly, Suicide Squad seems to take the rejects of the Legion of Superheroes and the rejects of the Legion of Substitute Heroes. That's something else I noticed. The person I posted the tutorial of in chat, she would often do this, like right on the other weft, especially when you're gonna be pulling it over. And I think that's a good idea. Ooh, we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Ooh, yeah, I might need to make more wefts. Oh, I had 5. I might have to make more wefts. I want like maybe 2 layers on. I'm gonna make another 10 wefts after this. Do I have my? Yeah, I have my yarn right there. And that's my tools right here. I'm not. I can do that easily enough. I'll have to grab a couple tools. But by the end of doing this, last time, I had developed some techniques that can make it a little easier on me. I don't know if they're new techniques, but since but it's a good technique for like making wefts this small. And it seemed to work pretty well. Yeah, 10 should be more than enough. I'll only have, looks like, possibly just 1 weft after this, plus my 2 pinks. I got my glue right here. I got clean water. It won't take me long. Yeah, I'll have like 1 weft after this. I'm gonna get one more weft. No, actually, I don't think I'm gonna need another weft in there. I think that's pretty good. Let me get that clip out. Hmm? You hear something, buddy? Okay. Okay. Wide tooth comb, thick tooth too. But let me get a hair tie, and then I can work on the front. Yeah, I got 2 wefts left. That is not nearly enough. Another 5 should be good. Okay, I'm gonna get a hair tie. Another 5 wefts after this. Got so many of these things. Okay, let's try this again. On my finger. Okay. Ah. You know what? Yeah. Try another one. Try another one. Okay, not too bad. I can probably do a little better, but that'll at least hold while I get that done. So, yeah. Okay, take care of a couple things. Okay. I'm going to make more yarn weft. More yarn weft. Okay. Take care of this mess here. That just wiped off off the tip. Okay. Be careful there. I don't want to get your mortar all over the place. Okay. I'll put this over here. Okay. I'll put these over here for now. There. Oh, I need my comb. I'm gonna need that too. Where to put stuff? I need that too. Okay, so I gotta get my ironing board and my iron. Get all that set up. So I'm gonna take a quick break. Be back in a couple minutes. See you on the flip side. Okay, back again. I'm thinking 5 should be more than enough. This is why I make like a whole crap ton of the strands. Feels weird on my fingers right now because of the dried crazy glue. Yeah, I'm gonna do 10. I'm gonna do 10 total. Basically, I'm just doing all 5 at once. And 5 should be more than enough, honestly. But I'm gonna do 10. That way I know I have enough. Because I can still divide this up by the individual strands. It takes me a little longer to do, but okay. A little ASMR for you folks. Unintentional. I don't even know if you can hear it over the music. Okay, I'm unmuting the music again. I'm going to flip that over. Make sure I get that side too. Whoops. Okay. Where's the tub? Okay. Okay. No, 5 should be more. I'm going to risk 5. Okay. Okay. Yeah, 5 should be enough. No, I'm still going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just loud car. With the headphones on, I wasn't sure if that was thunder or a loud car. Okay. Let me get my last small sheet. Let me get the glue set up first. And get my brush. Yeah. Just a little tub of glue. My brush. going with 10. The last time I did, oh, this should just be enough. I had to make a lot more, multiple times. And I don't want to have to do that again, you know? Okay. I'm not going to be finished with the wig tonight, though, unfortunately. I almost reached for the glue. I'm going to secure for until I get a chance to work on it some more. Nope, nope, where's my brush? Raise the seat back up. One more to go. Then I'll get the next batch of wefts made. And then that should be more than enough. 10 wefts should be more than enough. For like a layer or two on the bangs. Oh, good. Had that happen over the weekend. I Over here. I'm setting up another big sheet of wefts. And I'm trying to get that. I put my hand like that on the plastic, and I took a weft with my hand. Okay, I'm gonna unpin this. Okay. Where's that cardboard? Oh. 10 should be more than enough for the bangs. I want 2 layers. But just 2 layers on the bangs. Okay. Okay. You over here? Oh. Where's my seat again? There, stay there, stay there. Up. Okay. I did this. I cut this piece of cardboard off of a bigger piece of scrap the other day. Friday when I was working on the others, I thought, oh, I really don't want to do this directly on the ironing board. I'm worried that that could eventually damage. And I've already got a spot right under the cardboard that's a little worn. Found out that one of the resale shops in the area is going to be closing. One of the thrift shops. So our local women's resource center has 2 shops in the area. One a few blocks from the community college, and one right on the highway by one of our bigger grocery stores. Our big local grocery store. And by local, I mean there's only like 2 locations local. And it's had like the same people working there forever. But yeah, the one by a few blocks from the community college is going to be closing down. Which is kind of sad. It's been there forever. At least how it feels like that. But their rent's being jacked up and they can't afford it. There's also some, like a feed store a couple blocks away that's long closed and been turned into apartments. So whoever the owner of the building that store is in feels they can get more money. So it's just going to be their big location over by the grocery store. And that's the grocery store's, that particular grocery store second location, not the chain's second location, but that particular location's second location, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does. I don't know if it does. But, you know, their first location was just outside a neighboring town. Back in the early 90s. You know, their building caught on fire. They rebuilt and they stayed there for years. They were like, you know, that location was a great spot to go get pop and magazines. And I'm not even talking about certain magazines. Well, I'm talking about certain magazines. But it's like the best, one of the few places in the area I could find Mad. You couldn't find Mad everywhere. You could only find it at like 2 spots. And that was one of them. And then, like whoever owned the building, you know, sold it to a candy company, a local candy company. Well, I don't know how local they are anymore. I think they have locations in Wisconsin now, like Geneva. But they sold it to them, and now the whole building's candy. It is their big factory in the region, which is kind of sad because there was like a paint store in that building that had like a lot, you know, a big art supply selection. Big art supply selection. It was great. And then there was a thrift store that has moved to a different building. And I miss it. Because I'm not going into the candy store. I'm not going into the candy factory. The candy is okay and overpriced. Same with their ice cream. It's okay ice cream, but it's like way overpriced for what it is. Because they make a lot of their money off the resorters and the tourists and the fudgies. Get in there. Okay. Glue there. A little more glue. I need to get one of those little grips drinks weight things. You know, it's the uh, uh, uh. Yeah, so much glue. So much glue. Okay, where's my iron? I need to iron. But yeah, here's the worn out spot. It's like right below the bottom of the frame. Okay, let me get the. Let me unplug the iron. You over here. Put you over here. Put you right here. Crap. There it is. Let me wipe this off here. It's got fuzz on it. I'll wipe the fuzz off. What am I gonna do for dinner tonight? What am I going to do for dinner tonight? I mean, the last few nights have been fairly easy for dinner. Fairly easy. I've only had to feed myself. And that's fairly easy to feed me. My stomach can handle most normal foods. But my partner, their stomach is weird. Their stomach cannot handle rice. Rice. It cannot handle rice. One of the most basic foods there is. Trying to figure out dinner for them is difficult. And I don't know what they want. I mean, one thing with my partner's family, that's how the family, is their dad can cook. Their dad is a very good cook. And they've been eating like probably pretty decent food since Wednesday evening. Or at least Thursday morning. And they've been eating good food. Because for the big family things, their dad will also go like all out for the dinner. And we're not talking like, steaks or something. We're talking about like good, good, roast pork loin or something like that on the grill. And I'm not doing that. Because that kind of stuff's expensive for just the two of us. And right now, it's just the two of us and the dogs. So I'm not going to make anything fancy. Plus, the places, the grocery store that I can walk to, because my partner's asleep right now, is closing in. No, it's probably closed. It's 6 o'clock on a Sunday. They're closed. Otherwise, if it was like a Monday or Tuesday, they'd be closing in about a half hour. I'd be getting there like right before they're closed. So I can't go out and get, something fancy. Plus, if I get, socks and shoes on, some dreaming little boy will get all excited and think we're going somewhere when we're not. Okay. So it's hard for me to sneak out because if they start making noise while my partner's away, my partner might wake up because Gambit will wake up and start making lots of noise and bouncing around the bed. And I can't think of anything we have in the freezer. Well, anything that we have in the freezer that doesn't require buns. And we just had Taco Bell for lunch, so I'm not making any taco stuff. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Okay. I got another 10 wefts. The quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So that should be more than enough wefts to finish. I'll be back tomorrow working on the Elvira doll and on the Anthro Fox Girl doll. We're going to be recleaning because I reprinted them completely from scratch. Reprinted both of them from scratch. So I'm going to have to do cleanup, but I'll work on cleanup on both of them at the same time. So I'll be doing that tomorrow at about 1 Eastern. And I'll be painting them on Thursday. And depending on how far I'm on, this H'karu model. Oh, I should do that too. Actually, before I go, one thing. Let me get the head. Ooh, what happened there? Somebody caught in a clear coat? I don't know. Come on. Oh, that will be cool. Oh, wow. That's going to be sick. I'm doing it this way. I'm going to glue these eyes in. Hoping I could use this to brush it in. I'm not going to use a 3D pen to put this stuff on. Hopefully this sticks on. What I might do is just take a little paint, do a quick little touch up there. Maybe put a little bit of UV resin on top of that. A little bit of UV resin. Bloody captions. A little resin on top of that to, give it a protection. Oh, these eyes are going to look amazing. I'm going to be honest. When I came up with this idea, I wasn't sure it was going to work. My partner was bored, and we were at the craft store that is closed on Sundays, aka the only craft store we have in the area that I know of, at least. And we were at the only craft store, and they were looking through the jewelry section. And I got to thinking maybe I could put like a little something in the eyes, like little beads or something. And so they're doing that. I go over, look at the little section they have for UV resin jewelry, and I'm like, ooh, that big tube of stars would be kind of cool, but I don't need that big tube of stars. My partner is willing to use it for resin projects, but okay, I'm gonna fix the head before I call it. Oh, those eyes look so cool. Oh, never mind. I just kind of popped it off my fingernail. Okay. A little makeup on the head here on. Well, I've got it. Okay. Whoops, wrong way. A little private, maybe. Wrong way again. Oh, actually. A little too big. Crap, 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 crap. Crap, 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 crap. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. Okay. That's what I'm going to call it. That's what I'm going to call it for the night. I'll be back I'll be back tomorrow with different dolls. And be back on Sunday with maybe this doll. I don't know. Depends on how much I have left to do on it. So, I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a nice night. I hope it's nice and cool and not too hot but comfortable. You don't need the furnace on or a space heater, cool, but just cool. I hope I hope it's like that. And yeah. See you tomorrow. See you on the flip side. Bye.